we'll do anything to make this work. Let's go. Let's work all night. I was like, yes. I loved it.
Do it.
It's funny, you kind of go wrong when you turn like 13, 14. That's when you start to really lose it and become a weirdo. When I was really young, when I was like 9 and 10, when I was making that movie, I think I was kind of a good version of myself. Little kids like don't worry too much about stuff, and they haven't complicated their own experience by like over-analysis and neuroses. So I think at that point I would have been like, keep going, kid, you're chilling. If I were to talk to myself like as like a blooming teenager, I would probably just say like, you can help yourself immensely by just calming down, like just chill out. But at the same time, you have to kind of like go through that stuff to get on the other side of it. So I turned 11 on that movie, so no, nothing was normal. I didn't know anything. I was, you know what I mean? I grew up on a set. My parents are crew. Like my dad's a first AD, my mom's a script supervisor. I was exposed to the process of filmmaking really young, and I wanted to be around it immediately. Like I would have done anything to help make movies and kind of be a part of that team and that like circus. There was an energy that was like undeniable and so rad. I would have done anything. So the only thing you can do on a set is, at that age, is be an actor. And I was like, yeah, down. I wanted to make movies. I think primarily like I wasn't a performative kid. I wasn't like, I didn't want to be on stage. I didn't want to be an actress. I wanted to make movies. But there are some people that are born performers, you know, like can't pull them off a stage, always like making jokes. Like that was the opposite. I was like very like shy. I was just more shy. I just really liked movies and films, and I liked the process and the teamwork and the feeling of protecting something that's like so much larger than the individual, but we're all like, we'll do anything to make this work. Let's go. Let's work all night. I was like, yes. I loved it.
What happened? Linda?
I guess when I was younger, I had this sort of more like utilitarian approach. Like I didn't take it that seriously as a craft. I was so obsessed again by the filmmaking process that I didn't draw a huge distinction between actors and crew. I was like, yeah, we all just have a different job. Don't take yourself too seriously. Like you're kind of a glorified liar. You're just pretending. You're faking. But then as I got a little bit older, I really realized like how kind of spiritual the process can be, and how cathartic it is and individualized, and how it could have some like real, you know, I started to understand like this weight that I always was affected by was so expansive, and like it just can bring us all so much closer to understanding each other, and it was this really beautiful way to connect with other people. And I was like, wow, I am now a pretentious actor. Like now I really believe in this shit. Like I turned 13 and went like, you know, what we can do actually is kind of, can be important. From such a young age, I've been so fulfilled and like stimulated all the time. I don't know what I would have done without it. I love writing. I'm gonna make a movie next year. I don't think the impulse to do either is that different. The job is a lot different, but I probably would have like gone to school and been an actual smarter person without having to like fake it. But I've made it now, so I feel okay about that. I'm not like discrediting my whatever. I'm not like self-effacing fully right now, but like I don't know what I would do if I wasn't doing this. So yeah, I'm very thankful. It took a lot of endurance. I think to work on the same thing for that prolonged period of time is like weird. There's something so fleeting about making a movie, which is great. It's like lightning in a bottle. You either catch the picture or you don't. And we just had so much time to sort of like sit with the same thing. I think maybe what I learned was that I don't want to do another 5-project series ever again. It's just not sustainable. You can't sustain that type of energy and have it be really wrought and good. It's impossible. Yeah.
So no superhero movies at all?
No, I mean, sure, maybe. Maybe. I never really like limit myself to, yeah.
You became famous for the Twilight saga in one instant, and so you won something, but do you feel at the same time you lost something?
Well, I mean, I lost like anonymity. I can't go anywhere without people already knowing me. It is really nice to stick your hand out and say, hey, nice to meet you, I'm Kristen. Like, that doesn't, you know what I mean? Like, people already go like, yeah, I know you. It's like, yeah, but like, give me that. It's a good experience, you know? But that is significantly puny in relation to what I get in return, which is I get to do my job that is very intimate and very personal and doesn't feel like a job in an environment that just includes an unbelievable amount of people, which is the goal. Like I want to get everyone in there. You know what I mean? So like it's cool. It's the exchange is like absolutely worth it. The whole movie was so much fun. I honestly think I've never had more fun on a movie ever. We were crazy little fucking idiots running around like just, I don't know. We were in Montreal and New Orleans, and they went to San Francisco, I didn't, but we also went to Argentina, like the border of like Chile and Argentina, and like no man's land. We had so much, like the environment and the people and like kind of like the fact that it was our job to go mad was like the most fun I've ever had doing anything. The cool thing about Mary Lou was that, I mean, I played her when I was 21, something like that, 22. And I was playing 15 and 16 and 17 years old. Like, I could never have been like her when I was that age. It took me being a lot older than her to be like that.
I'm lost. I can't tell whether or not I'm going crazy.
It's funny because like people assume that being an actor means that you get to really leave yourself and go other places and be other people. I don't think it's really possible to do that without having a watered down kind of general idea of a person. Like the only way to play a whole person is to be present in yourself. I can't really step outside of this. I think that it becomes caricature-y and fake and weird. I don't really want to be anyone else. No, I'm stoked. I'm pretty lucky. Jean was really, couldn't help but be very, very, very committed to living in the moment. And so you never really knew what she was going to do. Like when you watch her, it doesn't feel like she's prepared any of the work that she's doing. She feels like really surprising. And during that time, people were much more performative and like prepared and delivered things differently, especially in the States. And I've loved talking about movies here, making movies here, because it's not commodity driven. It's not about entertaining people. It's about like meditating on subjects and making like real art. And like, it's not embarrassing or pretentious to talk about it. It's a whole cultural segment of life here. And like in the States, it's just not that way. There are elements, I mean, American independent film is some of my favorite, but it's like more niche. Whereas here, it's normal. It's normal to take movies seriously. So I think that she found a warm, welcome home here for a reason. I think it makes total sense, and I can relate to that too.
Great. Thank you very much.
Cool, thank you.